Well, coming off the field, really a disappointing loss. I thought we had some uncharacteristic mistakes and some uncharacteristic discipline, which we have to address awfully quick. I think Oregon's a really good football team, and they played well tonight. They were physical. Their quarterback threw the ball well. You know, some of our challenges on defense had to do with tackling, but I think some of that has to do they've got good players. You know, certainly, you know, we struggled offensively tonight. We tried to generate some running game. That never really happened. Tried to generate some passing game. That didn't happen either. Until I really look at the tape, I'm going to be guarded as far as making a complete assessment. But it was a poor offensive performance, and we've got a lot of work to do. And so at this time, I'll open up questions anybody might have.
I know, like you mentioned, just a lot of shortcomings tonight. But what about what was most disappointing? Was it the offense, the defense that you mentioned, the discipline kind of things, the unsportsmanlike? What was the most disappointing for you in this one?
You know, that's one of the things that we've always prided ourselves. I've prided myself as a head football coach, and so to have the you know, the personal fouls, unsportsmanlike conduct. I didn't see some of them, but I got the report from the officials. You know, we've got to address that, and that's got to be addressed really quickly. And I take responsibility. I take responsibility for everything that happened tonight, but I really pointedly take responsibility for that undiscipline, and that's not been part of it. That's got to get addressed, and it will get addressed really fast.
Coach, with Josh being out there and taking some hits and stuff, I guess, how do you kind of toe that line of knowing when to kind of pull the trigger on getting Nick in there as the game got away?
Well, what you find is there's a lot of starters that are out there, and so it's, if you're going to be competitive, you're going to go out there and compete as much as you can. There came a point, the last series we pulled Josh. We had predetermined that was going to be his last series. So, but Andrew Ruinger was out there, Carl Granders, a lot of guys were out there.
Craig, just how concerned are you with the offense in general, whether it's run and pass game? I know this is just one game, but it was pretty rough tonight. Or how concerned are you moving forward with this offense, with what you've seen?
Real concerned about, we've not been real productive, and so we've got to. I think we've got to take a reassessment of our personnel. I think we've got to kind of take a reassessment. We're not going to just radically change, but I think we've got to take a reassessment and reevaluation of what things we can do, what guys can do certain things, and then execute those things. So, like I said, I'm going to be real guarded before I make any overarching comments, simply because we got whooped, and sometimes the tape looks a little different than what you see on the sideline, but the facts of the matter, we got whooped, but we got to get it straightened around.
You always say too, you don't ever want to let a team beat you twice.
Right.
I know you'll look at the film, but is it almost important to just watch this one because you got your conference opener next week? Is it? How do you kind of approach that?
I use that very term to our football team. Hawaii's had an open week. They're going to be coming in here. It's first conference game, and we can't not let a team beat us twice. But what I also know is when you're competitive, you got 24 hours, and when you win, you're going to celebrate it. When you lose, you commiserate for 24 hours. We got to lick our wounds as coaches. We got to come in early tomorrow and grade the tape and come up with a better game plan and get ready for the University of Hawaii. We'll find out assessments of injuries and go from there.
Coach, you mentioned Oregon is kind of a power program earlier in the week, and did you see on the field that kind of disparity between the type of the athlete that a power program like Oregon can get and the athlete that you have? Did you feel that there was a disparity on the field?
I think it was well coached, and that team executed really well, and they have good players, and so I'll leave it at that.
Coach Trey Woods getting a few more carries tonight. I guess through 2 games with him on the field, what have you liked or seen from him so far?
He's not had a lot of weeks of practice at the running back position, so we're continuing to teach him more of the plays. And I thought he ran hard tonight. We'll watch the tape. I didn't think that there was anything exceptional that was done, but I thought he did some good things. And from my standpoint, he probably deserves some more opportunity to play a little bit more.
I saw Drew taking most of the long snaps. Did he take all of them, or
yeah.
most?
No, he took all of them. We'd taken a look during the course of this week in practice, and just determined that, you know, we were going to be probably better served to have him be our snapper.
It's still kind of uneasy though, as you said, he's your fullback. That's a physical position. That's still kind of uneasy.
Well, we're at a pretty thin position in a lot of places, and that certainly is one of them.
Coach, with,
Yes, ma'am.
Coach, in a performance like this for Josh, how does he handle this adversity? How does that affect his confidence moving forward? And how did he handle it tonight from what you saw?
Well, our numbers certainly weren't good, and before I make a broad brush statement, I'm sure, you know, turn the ball over too much. There's a lot of things that come in quarterback play. He is not going to be available for media, and that isn't because he's not going to want to answer questions. He's got a sprained ankle, and he needs to get ice on it right now. And that's, I think everybody in this room knows when I say something like that, that's where he needs to be. And so that's where I'll be. You know, certainly can ask him some questions on Monday. So I'll meet with him tomorrow. You know, I'm sure he was a little bit out of sorts tonight, and he's a competitive guy. He'll bounce back.
Coach, obviously you guys have, you know, this is not the first time he's faced attention in the last 6 months or so. Was there any, you know, extra conversations going into this game, just having, you know, such a big team and so many scouts in town like that, or you guys pretty comfortable with, you know, how he's handled it so far?
We had some good conversations, Josh and I have, as far as being able to be really focused on taking care of the task at hand. And so, you know, all the, you know, I'm sure, you know, there's a lot of speculation as far as, okay, where is he going to get drafted? What's going to happen? I don't think that that's had the effect. I think Oregon had a good game plan. We didn't play particularly well on offense.
Was there anything you saw out of Oregon? I mean, they were pretty bad defensively last year. From what you saw on tape of Oregon to what they played tonight, that was, you know, drastically different. Or what maybe the things
Well,
that
I think
stood out.
they played better, and I think we played poor. It's kind of a combination of two things. I mean, they're a good defense. I don't know if they're. I imagine we might play better defenses this year, and I think we played really poor tonight. So that's kind of where I see it.
Just Josh, going forward, do you have any idea of how serious the ankle is? Or?
No, I don't think it's super serious, but you know, they thought it'd be great for him to get you know, the time he took, it wasn't a real hard sack, but that's when he kind of tweaked it. And so when we came off, RP came up, he's our head trainer, saying, hey coach, if it's great, we could get him in treatment right now and get some ice on that.
You getting a sense, I know you'll assess the injuries tomorrow, Craig, but did you get a sense you got kind of beat up in this game physically or anything like that?
There was a couple things that went on, yeah, that because of the number of plays that we were playing on defense, I think some guys got played out. You know, one guy got IV'd, I know that. We IV'd Tyler Hall during the middle of the game. Outside of that, though, I don't think, you know, Jalen Ortiz was down for a while, but he was cleared. He was able to come back. I don't think that there was anybody that was not able to finish the game. Ryan Cummings might not be in position to finish the game. He's one guy that I'm a little bit concerned about right now with the head injury.
Coach, even at this elevation, did you feel like your defense was kind of ready for that pace that Oregon was going to bring in this one?
Well, what was going to be important, I thought we were ready, but what was going to be important was on the flip side for us to get some sustained drives, and that just never happened. I mean, a fast-paced offense can be a double-edged sword, and the best thing you can do is come up with a couple 3-and-outs and then have some long drives on offense to keep them sitting on the bench, and we were not able ever to do that tonight.